Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Range podcast with Warhawk Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley from KelleyDefense.com, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host and friend from Warhawk.com, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great. Good morning, District 40. That's right. That's you, Jennings County. We're live here at ATK9 at the 2025 conference. We got the vendor training day out here at Muscatatuck. Vendor day at Muscatatuck Urban Training Center. So we have a special guest today. We've got Brian Montgomery from Vertx. So, Brian, welcome to the show, buddy. How's things going?
It's an honor to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah. How's things going for you guys?
Going very well. Busy year at Vertx. Been traveling a lot. We cover the whole country. I work on our federal team.
Mm-hmm.
Got invited to this conference last year. Was my first year here.
Yep.
And they put on such a good show. And I will give, before we start, just give a shout out to the guys that run this and set it up.
Mm-hmm.
We do trade shows all over the country. We do all kinds of different trade shows. And the way they have this set up, it's a week-long training. In the middle of that training, they do a vendor day.
Yep.
Right.
We come in, we set up, we have essentially a captive audience because all the operators are here,
Mm-hmm.
and they love to see the gear. They love to, they're not in class all day long while the vendors are out here waiting for them to take a break and come look at the cool stuff. So they put on a really good event out here, and this is, it's one day, but we get to meet everybody. Everybody walks by. Everybody shakes our hand. They get to see the gear, look at it, feel it, touch it. What's the price? What's the color? Ask all the questions, make those connections, and then we make connections all over the Midwest. I've met folks from Maine, Connecticut. I think there's a couple of Aussies here. There's folks from everywhere. So they put on a really, really nice event out here. It's cool. And who doesn't love dogs? I mean, it's just the best.
Well, everyone loves dogs, except for when that bite dog latches on you. Then you don't become too much of a fan.
There's nothing better. I'm a former law enforcement officer, and there's just nothing better than watching a dog work, whether it's a bite dog, doing tracking, sniffing out dope or explosives, or even just upland bird hunting over good dogs there. I mean, it's the best. It's awesome. I have a couple dogs at home, and like I said, who doesn't love dogs except the bad guys? So.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is an awesome venue. Like you said, you got the vendor day kind of in the middle.
Yep.
Basically 4 days of hands-on training at a price point that for your regular agency you can't balk at. I mean, I think price includes their lodging, their meals. So really, it's just a matter of getting, the officers, because they're a team, right? So you got your K9 one, your human one, getting them out here and letting them pick the training they're looking for to enhance their safety. So
and this facility is incredible. It is massive. So little side note, my family is actually from Southern Indiana. My dad grew up in Brownstown, which is just 20 minutes away from here.
Mm-hmm.
And I would come out here in the summers, and then as grew up, got married, had kids, we'd bring our kids out here in the summer. My daughter is actually driving in today from Chicago, so we can go hang out at the lake in Brownstown and spend the night at the Hampton Inn like she used to when she was a little kid. And tomorrow she's going to wake up and get her own breakfast. She's very excited about that. So anyway, familiar with this part of the country for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's God's country. It's beautiful out here. Driving in this morning through all the cornfields, it's like I just feel grounded when I come out here. It's great. I love it.
No, it's a great place.
Yep.
What's the latest and greatest you guys have going on, whether it's, Vertx from apparel side, law enforcement training that you've kind of seen, anything?
So our sweet spot is that low-vis bags and apparel. I work on our federal team, so all the 1811s around the country, guys, when they just need to kind of blend in. Years ago, the low-vis detective or federal agent was wearing tan Royal Robbins pants and a black polo, and they thought they were real slick fitting in and being low-vis. That sort of changed and evolved, and so that's where we kind of grew our brand in that area, where you can it was described to me by some of my federal clients. They said that this is stuff that we can wear around an embassy and look good and look sharp and professional, but you can fight in it.
Yeah.
And I think it's the best way to describe some of our apparel. Lots of stretch, lots of flex, very durable. You can wear it to the range, but then if you can also go back and sit in a courtroom if you need to, throw on a polo and look professional. Bags the same way. All of our bags and packs kind of have similar DNA, all designed to look like it's off the shelf at your local sporting goods store.
Yep.
But rapid access to your essential tools. You can get to that. If you're carrying a PDW, you can get that sling bag around and get it out and engage very quickly. Or if it's just med gear or comms gear, whatever it is, there's a way, we have tons of solutions for you to organize that equipment in that bag. Even for guys that are running 40 millimeter launchers at these fun little activities we have going on in my part of the world.
Yeah, these little I don't know, get-togethers, right? But you bring up a great point, right? It's the functionality.
Yep.
And you just can't say clothing, right? It's in all the products.
Yep.
I know, Ben, years back we had you guys support us when we were doing a Project Officer Survival, so we're offering free law enforcement firearms training, right? Actually let these guys kind of wear the stuff, and that's the biggest thing you hear is, hey, that functionality in the clothing. So I'm not worried, and let's be an honest broker. Who doesn't get some concern when they've got some breeches that don't fit quite right, and you've got to do some dynamic moves, and then you might be going, oh, I just sat in some bubble gum. What happened here? Right. Oops. Nothing worse there, but never seen that with your stuff, so spot on for you guys for that.
No, it's good stuff. It's very durable but comfortable. Yeah, and we'd like to think that you can take it off the shelf, off the hanger, up whatever, and start wearing it that day. It doesn't have a long break-in period. You don't have to wash it 6 times before it becomes comfortable.
Right. Yeah, that low-vis stuff is really big now, because I can almost guarantee that if I'm buying something that I know is going to have more than one purpose, it's going to be low-vis. Yeah. It's not going to have the molly on the side and all that other stuff. Yeah. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work for me. Yeah. Now, to have the contrast, I know you have some uniform stuff and some duty stuff. How's that? Do you deal with that at all?
So we do. So Vertx is part of Fetchheimer Brothers, which is a very large uniform company just outside of Cincinnati that's been around since the Civil War. Yes. We've been doing military uniforms, postal uniforms, as long as they've been wearing uniforms. We are a sub-brand of that. Our sister company is Flying Cross. Flying Cross does traditional patrol-style police uniforms. We at Vertx actually supply all the uniforms for the Border Patrol. So we have a very large contract with Homeland Security. So we do a lot of business on that end. I like to say that kind of keeps the lights on for us, so we can do some other cool stuff with our gear. So yes, we do some traditional uniforms, tactical uniforms, and then low-vis apparel at the same time, and all the bags and accessories that go along with that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think you guys too were one. Hey, that end user feedback. Hey, can you kind of do this or tweak that or adjust that? So there's some things in your products that most people aren't going to be aware of.
Yep.
Hey, if you know, we'll just, I guess, leave it at that.
Yep.
But it's kind of getting that end user, hey, man, this isn't quite working, or can you adjust that or do this?
We keep that feedback loop going all the time, and we do that from the sales team when we're out doing end user engagement, and we get a lot of really good ideas that aren't really that good ideas. They might seem like it solves a problem for somebody. Yeah. But it increases the price of that product threefold. That's not a good idea necessarily. No. But there are things that we can take back and say, if it did this or if it didn't do that, or this feature, we don't use it. And we never would. And we might think, oh, it's a great idea. Yeah. I'm not out in the field anymore. My law enforcement career is long behind me. And there are guys that are out there doing this stuff, and then they give us good information. We can bring that back to our product designers, our design team, and even with just colorways. Yeah. If we may come up with a colorway we think is great, and then we could have a large agency say, "That's great. It doesn't match our color scheme. If it was a little different, we'll buy 1,000 of them." Yeah. And guess what? We might adjust that color. So.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about making sales, right?
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
So of course. So it's that.
Yes, making sales, but really, to be more specific, it's about getting the right gear in the hands of the folks that are doing the work. And there's times where I have, I hope my bosses don't tune into this particular podcast, but there's times when I say, you know what? There's a better product out there. Somebody else does that a little bit better. And I will, send them to a friend of mine at Brand X and say, give these guys a call because they might be able to help you better than we can.
But here's the thing with that, right? That is what I think keeps this industry going.
Absolutely.
If we're not innovating, if we're not ever looking, hey, okay, we fell behind because, we missed this new material that we didn't think would have the functionality, but somebody else kind of figured that piece out. Yeah. But that's what I love to see is we're not sitting there. Let's think about it. Could we be with our cotton ripstop, Royal Robbins pants from, what was it, 80s, 90s, whenever those things came out? We could. Yeah. but we're not.
Right.
We're innovating.
Yeah.
Now granted, you'll have some diehards who go, I want them things back. Okay, that's cool,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
is it giving you truly that functionality?
Yeah.
And
we're all friends. I mean, honestly, in this industry, we see each other around the country at different shows and events. And, you're wearing a 511 shirt right now. The federal guy for 511 is a friend of mine and has been for over 10 years. He's a great guy. We get along really, really well. Are we chasing the same dollar? You bet we are. And if I can beat him out on a sale, I'm absolutely going to try and do that. At the end of the day, are we going to go have a beer in the bar in the same hotel we're staying at? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, for the end user, you'd like to hear that from a company. Say, hey, look, you might want to go with this product because this is exactly what you're looking for. People are going to come back to you again.
I think so. 90% of what we do is not sales; it's networking.
Yeah.
And there's folks I've seen here that I saw last year. There's folks I've seen at other events or different places around the country.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. We network constantly. SHOT Show is around the corner.
I don't know. So SHOT, you're gonna poke on that one. I don't know that SHOT's the best networking event like it used to be.
That's another one that has evolved over the years. It's not the same as it was 10 years ago.
No, NSSF has let basically garbage in the house. You got the swag swipers, as I like to call them.
Yeah.
That care more about grabbing a handful of pens or getting some T-shirt or stickers. Dude,
I'll tell you the best SHOT Show, and I bet if you ask 10 different companies the same question, the best SHOT Show we went to was the one right after COVID.
Yes.
Because it was all business.
Yep.
All the tire kickers stayed home.
Gone.
Everybody that was there for a business purpose. The joke was that we all took swag home.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't enough people picking up koozies and T-shirts.
But you're right. But let's think about it. If I'm at a trade event, which is what SHOT's supposed to be, why am I pulling a dolly?
Okay. Those have been around forever, though. I mean,
they have, but they're still there, right? Like we haven't nipped that one, or we're having a conversation at the booth, and the hand comes in to grab. Really, dude?
Or even worse, I'm having a conversation with somebody who just wants the koozie and the hat and the T-shirt. Meanwhile, I have a legitimate customer who's walking by because I'm busy and I don't want to be rude and say, excuse me, somebody way more important than you is walking away from the booth.
Yeah, and that's – so I would like to see it go back, let's just say whatever those – and I don't even know what the numbers were, right after the old China virus, but that was a fantastic show.
Yeah.
Easy to navigate. You weren't bumping into all these people.
The aisles were clear.
Yeah, we could have conversation, right? I'm not worried about the swag swiper. Yeah. I'm like, get out of here.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I've made my peace with SHOT Show. I've been to enough of them that I still look for, and mainly it's because I see guys, men and women that I know from all over the country, and even from Europe, Australia, the Middle East, that I see once a year, and it's a good time.
It is a great place to kind of reconnect with people. So that's awesome.
So what's the next big and best thing you got coming out?
I tell you what, something that's done very well for us is fanny packs. And I remember when the first one that we did, this was over 5 years ago now, and they pulled it out, and I just thought, really? Are we going back to 93? I mean, 93 was a great year. I had a great time. Carried my little J-frame in a fanny pack that wasn't really designed for it, but that's how I wore it, and everybody had fanny packs back then. And I just thought, okay, well, they can't all be winners. Well, those things flew off the shelf, and we could not keep them in stock. Now we have several different models, a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different sizes. I use one again. I carry my everyday carry in a fanny pack just because it's comfortable. I can don and doff easily and carry extra gear. I can throw a tourniquet in there, a reload, a flashlight, anything else. I put my creds in the back.
It's amazing.
As long as people keep wearing them. Now, keep wearing them outside of our industry, outside of just the regular people, as we commonly refer to them in the world. Yeah. They're wearing those things across the chest, and if we're blending in with them, great.
Yeah.
That's what we want. I don't want to stand out in a crowd as the guy, a guy with the gun just walked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as it's working and it's working out in the wild, great. I'll keep wearing it. We'll keep selling them. We've got a few new options where you can, our new EDC Plus, which you can carry a full-size pistol with an optic and a light on it very comfortably. So you can actually throw your duty rig in there, going to and from work if you're working patrol, that kind of thing. Yeah. Or if that's just what you normally, a lot of guys just carry a big old hunting steel with the big light and the big optic on it. God bless them.
Hats off to them.
So
awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
Where can people find out more about Vertx, your products?
Vertx.com. Just go, click around. There's a pro page where we have a lot of our tactical uniforms and stuff. And then, all the bags, there's a dozen or so different categories. Bunch of new stuff launching at the end of this year to coincide with SHOT.
Oh,
and
good.
Then we do product launches throughout the year.
Okay.
Always doing new colorways, things that, just blend in. We kill off colorways, so we don't want to be associated with a particular color necessarily, so you can pick it out in a crowd. We want that piece to blend in with that crowd.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
And if you find yourself out in Portland, look me up. I'm sure a lot of your listeners are going to be TDY out there eventually.
You'll be out there at that little party place there.
Gosh, everywhere I go around the country, when I'm doing presentations, particularly with federal law enforcement, I'll get in a room full of folks and be like, a little background about the company, a little background about myself. I was in law enforcement. I live just outside of Portland, Oregon, and invariably somebody in the back goes, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah.
Like, I send regards from my Antifa chapter. You guys could probably smell the fentanyl on my clothes, but it's still a beautiful part of the country. I hate to see what's going on out there, and I hate to see how our brothers and sisters in law enforcement are being treated out there. More importantly, that they everybody talks about, you have a right to protest, you have a right to assemble, you have a right to this. Guess what? Those folks have a right to go to and from their place of work without being accosted, threatened, have their families threatened.
Yep.
It's an injustice to the people that are out there really doing important work, and it's not like, this is a new thing. These agencies have been around for years and years and years and years, and nobody had a problem with them until somebody said we should. And I think it's horrible. So God bless them, and I hope this all.
And I think we're going to see a turn. So I'm hoping that.
So.
I
things
certainly
will
hope
be
so.
straight.
I hope it happens soon. Definitely.
Well,
Awesome, buddy.
Brian, really appreciate you being by, and man, it's
pleasure.
just been a great show. So thanks for that.
Thank you very much.
And all of you who are enjoying this content and you look forward to seeing the next episode of On the Range Podcast, do one better. Join the crew. Become a crew member. And it's good stuff. It's bonus content. Not only that, you get calls with Rick and I, interactive things. And as always, Rick, the show always continues on the crew members page.
For the rest of you guys, don't forget, train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.